Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a massive clean with me in the playroom. We're going to be purging lots of toys and just going through how I organize everything, finding new ways to organize things that just weren't working anymore. So hopefully you guys stick around and enjoy this video. And if you do enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe so you'll be notified the next time I upload. And I also want to apologize for my appearance in a lot of these clips just because, you know, I'm 6 months pregnant and I am in full nesting mode, I think, pretty sure. I don't know, I can't tell because I'm always like this, so it's in overdrive right now, but yeah, it took me a good 3-4 days also to do this, so again, I apologize. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I know it can be so hectic to clean a playroom or toys or whatever. So I literally just go around my house and throw all the toys into that space and then sit in the middle of the room. I'm pregnant, so I don't like bending a lot, you know, because my back. So I sit down and I just put things in piles. So I have baskets and stuff to organize things. So I utilize those while I'm trying to clean things out. So I put all of the like food items in one basket, and I have a bunch of tiny toys that the kids play with, like with their Barbies and stuff. So I needed to find a better way to organize those, and I ended up putting them in that Minnie Mouse teacup. It worked out really nicely because it's clear so they can see through it and look for stuff. So yeah, this basket right here was just filled with just random items, and I took everything out and just took out the small pieces that were going inside of the teacup. And where I was putting all those items before was in this unicorn box. I would put them with the play clothes, any kind of clothes, I would just throw it in there. Even when I get rid of dolls, I get rid of the doll, but I still keep the clothes because they like to change their clothes and stuff. I grabbed all the shoes, all the accessories. It's basically like any accessory that they play with, and it's just so small, and it would just get lost in the bottom of that unicorn box. So I ended up putting them in there, and they fit really nicely, and like that way they can carry it around with them and they can look for stuff when they need to. And I just put all the clothes back in there, and it gave it a lot more space. Now for the groceries, I had so many groceries, it was just ridiculous. So I just ended up spreading everything out on the floor and seeing how many of what I had. So I have this grocery cart that you can see kind of up there, the little pink one, and that's where I just put all of the groceries inside of that pink basket. So just for the purpose of this, I was already collecting groceries that I found in other parts of the playroom, so that's why they're in that white one for now. But yeah, I ended up having like 4 ketchup bottles, and I had like 4 corn on the cobs and like a bunch of bananas. And so what I did, I just got rid of all the tiny pieces, like those little bagels, these little weenies, like I just got rid of those, and I kept 2 of everything. So like if I had 3 or 4, I got rid of, you know, the extra ones. So yeah, since I have 2 kids, I just figured I'll keep 1 for each of them. Yeah, I know the things that they never really play with, things that they don't even eat, so they don't even know like what it is, like those sardine cans that you saw. All those little baby crackers, those are for their little toys. So yeah, I ended up purging almost half of the groceries. Okay, so for dolls, I spread out all their Barbie dolls and all of their bigger dolls, those like American Girl sized dolls. They have princesses and DC superhero girls and all those. So I just kind of put them in a pile. Again, sat down. I'm not about, you know, all the moving around, so I like to sit in one spot and get it done. So I did dress all of the dolls, and then I did have the girls input and ask them like what they want. And sometimes I'm like, okay, do you guys, I know they don't play with certain things, so I'll give them a choice. I'll say, okay, do you want to keep this one or this one? If they're like super similar dolls, or just dolls that are just all raggedy and they just don't even like see the light of day anymore, and they're pretty good at getting rid of things. We do this pretty regularly as far as when we clean things out. Sometimes I'll have them get rid of 1 doll, 2 dolls every few months once their birthdays come around or Christmas and stuff like that. So I do try to involve them, but yeah, they've been pretty good about it. Sometimes I just get rid of things when I know they're like, no, we want to keep it, and I'm like, no, you never play with it, and I just get rid of it, and then they never even notice. And also explaining to them about donating and, you know, kind of sharing your toys that you don't play with other kids that, you know, will want to play with it. You know, it's kind of important, so they understand that too. So I ended up getting rid of about 4 Barbie dolls and 2 of the American Girl dolls. And this is why I like to have storage for accessories and for doll clothes, just because it saves me time when I'm cleaning up on other usual days. I'll just put the dolls away and I won't look for their clothes or accessories, but I'll always know that they're around somewhere because I would throw them in that unicorn box. So now that I separated the accessories and the clothes, I just have both right next to me right there. So you can see that we have all the clothes and we have the shoes and the accessories and stuff, but just for time management when we're cleaning on other days, it's nice to have a place to just throw them and then we can access them a lot easier. And I picked up these baskets on Amazon a while back and they are really handy. They fit all of the Barbies like perfectly. I don't even remember what I used to do with the Barbies. I think I just used to throw them in a huge bin, but I like them like this just because the girls can, you know, kind of pick one and they don't have to like rummage through a huge bin. So this is what I have left right now. So these are all the baskets that still have stuff in them, and then this is all the stuff that goes in the playhouse over there. So I also do that too. I throw things in the direction of where I'm going to be putting them away at, and don't mind my ugly outfit and messy hair, you know. My shirt says it all. But yeah, so I throw all of the like kitchen stuff towards the kitchen, all the dollhouse stuff towards the dollhouse, or like all the accessories or anything that goes in that direction. I just throw it over there, and then when I get to that area, it'll be there for me to put it away. So in the dollhouse, I just got all the little accessories that went in the teacup. So this worked out really well for me as far as cleaning because it has like a little handle, so it made it a little easier. And I just put everything that was for a house, like all the little house accessories. And I did get rid of a few things that were broken and that were old, and then that they just had like 5 or 6 beds or 5 or 6 couches, and I just got rid of like the oldest ones and kept like the newer ones or the ones that they play with the most. And then I just kind of organized them messily in here. They didn't really have a rhyme or reason, but they were nice to just have them all laid out and made sure I had everything, and that way when we clean up, they know they can just put all of the house stuff in there, which is why I like to make sure I put things away in the same spot over and over and over, because it trains the kids to know where things go. So when I tell them to clean up, they will put things, and I tell them, and put it where it goes, put it where it belongs, and they know that, you know, everything has a home. So that's nice for me, because then when they're looking for stuff, they know where it is most of the time, you know. So this is their little play kitchen. We got it from IKEA forever ago, and yeah, it was just messy. They had put puzzle pieces up there, and I use this for storage. So I store all of a basket with all of the kitchen accessories, and then another basket with all the Play-Doh accessories, and then I do have one shelf for all of the puzzles. So I just put them, you know, back together and stored them down there. And then up there in the little like microwave area, I put all of their little makeup things. They have little makeup brushes and a couple of little palettes that they play with. And now I'm back on the floor, so here's all the stuff that was in the dollhouse that was not a piece of furniture for the dollhouse. I just threw it in the middle, and now I'm just organizing it. So putting the clothes on some Barbies and throwing things where it goes. And then I have the baby stuff over there in the corner, and I didn't get any footage of it just because I didn't really get rid of any baby dolls because I had already gotten rid of some recently. So I think I got rid of like one maybe. Oh God, the kids are coming. Okay, so they went through a phase where they loved all of these tiny little figures, and they used to have so many, and I purged so many, and we haven't like gotten them any new ones, so those weren't really an issue. I just kind of went through them and took out all the stuff that wasn't a figure because there was like some random things in there. And then I had all of the pretend stuff, like pretend play, so like doctor stuff, their vet stuff, like, you know, those little wands. They have a play camera, they have sunglasses, and also these were pretty good. They didn't have a lot of excess stuff, so I ended up putting all that stuff in this blue basket that I had lying around, and it fit really nicely. And then I also took their sunglasses and I put them in this little Anna and Elsa lunchbox. And then also I already used this little Elena of Avalor little lunchbox to put all the doctor stuff in, so I just kind of put the things that were in the basket and put them in there. And it works out really nicely when you utilize things that you already have, you know, as storage. And then I put the unicorn box right here. That's where it always went. And I put the teacup right on top of it. And this little castle used to live on top of their pink table. And it was okay just up there, but then they would leave it open and then all the toys with it. So I decided to just fold it up and then just stick it right there. It just fit really perfectly. So it's just out of the way when they're not playing with it. The DC superhero girls and Moana ended up back on top of the kitchen. I just don't have anywhere else to put them where they're kind of out of the way. And I ended up taking out all of the markers and all of the coloring books and the notebooks and everything in those little purple and pink lap desks over there. And I organized them in the baskets and took out the lap desks altogether just because they weren't using them. They would just take all of their stuff to color to either the kitchen table or the pink table. So they were just wasting space. And then I kept the little figures where they went, and I moved the dolls down to that basket since I moved all of that stuff into that blue basket I showed you guys earlier. The high chair stayed there, and then I put Flynn with Rapunzel up there with the little Peppa Pig treehouse thing up there. And this is the closet under my stairs. I have used this for a while now to put bigger toys or just bigger things. So I put those little lap desks, the strollers, those little bouncy balls, and their cars. I've always put them in here. And then I also put the baby basket in here and their guitars, and that 6-cube shelf thing over there used to be in their playroom. I don't know if you remember, if you guys have seen my videos in the past, I used to have that in their playroom, but it just takes up so much space. So it works really nicely in here. I can throw all of their costumes in there, all of their bigger toys, like, or even baskets that I'm not using, but I can use them later for something else, books, anything like that. I put them in there. But yeah, this is how the room ended up. I'm so happy with how open it is now, and it's not all cluttered, and everything has a home. And now that we're homeschooling Jet, it's going to be so much better to utilize this space as well to do school. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any tips for me, go ahead and leave them down below. I would really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.